No matter the industry, if you're looking to fill positions, you at this point have undoubtedly heard the terms recruiting and talent acquisition tossed around, often interchangeably. Heck, even on this show, I talk about how we cover recruiting and talent acquisition topics. But are they really the same thing? And if not, just what exactly is the difference between the two? Well, if you, like many others, have ever found yourself trying to figure that out, you're in luck, because that's exactly what we're going to go over today on the Recruiting Roundup. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Recruiting Roundup. For Randall Reilly, I'm Joshua Miller. Now we're back here every month to discuss a new recruiting or talent acquisition topic. But before we dive into it today, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you happen to be watching us over on our YouTube page. If you happen to be on our website and you like the content, you can sign up for our monthly newsletter, which we send out each month with a little sampling of some of our latest written and video content. The sign up for that can be found on the main page of our site, and I'll leave a link for you down below too. Now let's get to why you're here. Recruiting, talent acquisition. What's the difference? Is there a difference? Isn't talent acquisition just a fancy new term that we throw around that pretty much means the same thing? Well, yeah, and no.
God, give me the answer!
You see, recruiting is basically identifying, sourcing, and hiring a quality candidate or candidates for specific positions. And talent acquisition is identifying, sourcing, and hiring a quality candidate or candidates for specific positions.
I am so confused.
So what gives? Well, the overall idea is to hire quality candidates, and in that sense, recruiting and talent acquisition is really sort of interchangeable. The real difference between the two terms is that when you get right down to it, they're two different processes. What do I mean? Well, let's think of it like this. Recruiting is more of a right now thing. You have a need, there's an open position, and you need it filled, so you turn to a recruiter. Recruiters can use various channels like job boards, social media, live events, or even referrals, but the overall thrust is that there's a job opening and their goal is to fill it as quickly as possible. Now, when we're talking about talent acquisition, yes, the ultimate goal is to hire a quality applicant, but it goes just a little deeper than that. Whereas recruiting can be thought of as an action to help fill a short-term or immediate need, we can think of talent acquisition as a strategy to better position your company and move forward as an ongoing process. Embracing talent acquisition as a strategy allows you to focus on the big picture and plan not only on how to succeed in the here and now, but for years and years to come.
Been planning it for years. You guys should plan that!
Now, the same tools and channels can be used, but when it comes to talent acquisition, because you've got that big picture mindset, there's a much bigger emphasis on long-term goals and development of talent and hires. For instance, if you work with talent acquisition managers, they likely place a big emphasis on employer branding or work hard to help you build that up. In fact, 75% of hiring managers say that employer branding matters. The idea here being that if you have positive employer brand and current and former employees all have great experiences working with you, then you will inevitably become an attractive option for those seeking a new job. And with a good reason. Employer branding helps you build up knowledge about your company to let people know who you are and what you stand for, which can also have a big impact on your hiring, as over 1/3 of workers say that they'd refuse to accept a job offer if they didn't agree with the views of the company's leadership. Yet another perk of employer branding, and particularly about having a positive employer brand, is that it not only helps with active job seekers, but that kind of reputation and positive talk also impacts those passive seekers who aren't interested in switching jobs at the moment. The more great things someone hears about you or your culture, it only stands to reason that if or when that prospective hire does decide that it's time to make a change, that you are at the top of their list. And with around 70% of the global workforce considered to be passive job seekers, that's a major pool of potential hires you do not want to ignore. One more key difference between the two is recruiting is all about filling that exact need. Are all the requirements met? Qualifications in place? When it comes to talent acquisition, yeah, they look at those things too, but there is a bigger emphasis placed on values and culture. Obtaining hard workers with a great work history who align to your standards and core values is very valuable. Even if a candidate is not a great fit at the moment, they can be followed up with for other opportunities or perhaps even brought on board and trained up to fill a need. After all, experience can be gained, skills can be taught, but beliefs, personalities, and values, well, those are all pretty hard to change. And having these aligning values and beliefs is huge. Why? While 89% of employers think their employees leave for more money, the reality is that only 12% of employees that do leave report doing so for higher pay. So what can we take from that?
Well, we're waiting.
While pay is obviously an attractive piece of the package, many prospective employees place a higher value on other aspects such as time with family, sick day, benefits, and yes, the culture and values of their employer. Now, we've covered some of the ins and outs of employer branding here before on our show and go into more detail about how it can impact you and your hiring. If you want to learn more about that, you can check out the full episode. I'll leave a link for you down below. Basically, the long and short of it is, while on the face, both recruiting and talent acquisition refer to looking for and hiring qualified candidates to fit your needs, when it comes down to it, recruiting is about the short-term immediate action and talent acquisition focuses on growing your company long-term and building up that employer brand and culture as an overarching strategy. So, yes, while we can and do sometimes fall into the trap of using the terms interchangeably, they are in fact different. If you're struggling with your recruiting or talent acquisition needs and are interested in how we may be able to help, let us know. Our partners team was built with companies like you in mind, and they can be involved or integrated with your process as you'd like to scale up or down accordingly, depending on your needs. If you want to learn more about partners or just want to reach out and talk to one of our associates for a consultation, there's links down below in the description over on YouTube or below our video player on our site page. And that'll do it for us here on the Recruiting Roundup. I really hope the information shared today has been useful to you. We look forward to seeing you back here next month when we'll tackle another all-new topic. Until then, thanks for watching.